What is that? There is a train rolling through the water. Stick around, I got more. And the Dobrnik channel's back, and today we are talking about the Mississippi River. Me and my friend Donnie got up at 4 a.m. and we went all the way up to Iowa, back into Illinois, back into Iowa, back into Illinois, and back into Iowa one more time for good measure. And we were all over the place today. We were trying to get the flooding, and the first place we went, we struck out. So let's get started on the video here. We are looking at the Mississippi River, and I was out on the Mississippi River today, and wow, Iowa is getting some major flooding. And we started the day off. I live in a little town called Litchfield. It's right over here, and I drove all the way up here to Keokuk, Iowa first thing this morning. I entered from Hamilton, Illinois. We entered into Keokuk, and not very much going on there at Keokuk. As you're looking at the video, you could see that it's in minor flood stage right now. It's 16.8. It's going to top off on May 2nd around 18.2. It's going to end a moderate flood stage, and just not a whole lot happening there. This is where they said that the river was going to be flooding. There's minor flooding, but as you can see, not very good at all. And me and my friend Donnie, we continued up the river, and we wanted to get to some flooding. It took us quite a long time to get to where we were going, and well, there's no flooding there. We scooted up the river road and we ended up over in Burlington. And you can see over here in Burlington, it is in major flood stage. It's at 19.36. It's on the rise. It's going to end up around 20.1 feet. And to be quite frank, when I got to Burlington, I was very disappointed that there was very little flooding. Now, it was starting to flood, as you can see here, but the river still wasn't flooding. And I was like, this ain't working for me. We got to go further upriver. So we decided to go upriver before it's all said and done, and that's where we are going. And I was like, I know it's flooding at Rock Island because I saw it earlier this morning that it was flooding up in Rock Island. Let's go to Rock Island. So we did, and we ended up coming back, going way north, and then we went straight north up to Davenport in Rock Island. And as we got to Rock Island, it is really flooding. So we scoot in here to Rock Island, and you could see that there was plenty of flooding going on. It's currently at 21.13 feet. It's going to end up around 21.6 feet. 22.7 is the record, and the record was broke on May 2nd, 2019, so not so long ago. It ended up at 22.63 feet back in July 1993. Is this heading towards St. Louis? A lot of people may be asking that, and we are going to go find that out right now. As I was just saying, is this heading to St. Louis? Well, in Grafton, they're going to be expecting minor flood stage at Grafton, and then Alton, are they going to hit flood stage? I don't think so. It's not going to get that high. And the reason why it's not going to get that high is because as we were going over the Illinois River and the Missouri River, there hasn't been a lot of rainfall in the area. So, and to be quite frank, there's just no water in the Illinois River. There's no water in the Sangamon River. There's no water in the Missouri River. And this is the reason why there's not much flooding in St. Louis. So the answer to that question is no. There will be no flooding in St. Louis. This is flooding from up above. Once the river gets past Grafton, it really increases and it gets really, really big there. And you can see that there's no flooding there. We come into St. Louis and check that out. You can see that it's going to come up to 21 feet, but it's not going to get nowhere near record. It's going to get about half a flood stage, and it takes a lot for it. Now, if there's a bunch of rain that's coming in the forecast, then I would say possibly, but we need to go to windy.com and check that out now to see what's going on. There is some rain in the forecast, but this isn't the kind of rain that brings flooding. This is just a little rain, and quite frank, on the way home, these fields up in here, they were all completely dry, and there was a lot of dust devils going on today. It was crazy. We'd see one dust devil, and then it'd shake out, and then we would see another dust devil, and it would shake out. Heck, we came really close to hitting a dust devil. It was pretty crazy, but there's just not a whole lot of rain. There is some rain down here. I would be more worried about when this water starts to make it down here because they have been getting a ton of rain this way, but the GFS is not calling for much in the next 10 days there. We go to the European model. European model is calling for a little bit more precipitation. Now, if this comes to pass, this might increase the water level there in the Mississippi River and along the Illinois River if they get that much all at once. Now, is this in the next 3 days? No. So in the next 5 days? No. They're calling for the next 10 days. So by then, the water flow will be way down here, and right now it's way up here, so we will see what ultimately ends up happening. Now this is from snow melt and stuff, but look, there's more rain and stuff back up here, so the river could remain high in the northern part of this river. Now, this river is much smaller in size, and as it gets further down south, it can hold more volume of water. The Missouri River, it really didn't show much flooding going on. We'll go look at the Missouri River in Missouri and see what's going on there. Now Jefferson City, it doesn't have much water in it. Over at St. Charles, you're talking about 11 feet, just not a whole lot. Let's click on that and go check St. Charles out. The high's 40 feet and you're only at 11. It's 23's action. You're nowhere near it. So good news for the Missouri River, the Mississippi River. There's not much flooding, but as I get down to Davenport, you can see that the roads were flooding, and I noticed there was trains coming, and I was like, what the heck? And we got down to the river, and sure enough, I've never seen anything like it before. This train track is in the Mississippi River. Now it's not completely submerged, but part of it is, and I was like, what in the heck is this guy doing? He's like literally going down. He doesn't know if this is flooded out. He assumes it's not. He's going very slow, but I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if this derails, we are in big trouble, and we're going to sit here and witness it. So we waited for the train to go. It made it through, but I was like, man, what in the world is this guy doing? This is insane. I would have never took that risk. I would have been like, see ya, but he did, and he made it. Luckily we didn't see anything bad happen, but I was freaking out for a minute. What is wrong with this guy? So that's what happened there, and then we stuck around. We got a little bit more video. I'm going to play this video now. You guys can see some of this. You're going to see some sights from the Mississippi River at Davenport. With that to close, you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next one. God bless.